Hey everybody, I'm Rousseau and I do a little work here and there. Looks like you found yourself back in the Ready Ward, where today we are making a better Amiibo. This is the Link Amiibo that I use with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. And you can see he's got a few problems. First, the base and all of the stuff that's sticking out of it. Of course, we do have some other concerns. There's a 28mm scale Samus Aran that I've shown before, and you can see it has a similar base, and I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult to scale this up. Of course, close up, you start to see more issues. There are some pretty obvious mold lines. Of course, most of these are in areas that we would have been repainting anyway. There's also the large hole in the side of his knee, which is clearly visible through the translucent yellow block. Of course, step one is going to be separating all of these elements and getting our Link off of the base. So we'll just tackle this step by step and see what happens. I figured out that the toe that's stuck down in this little hole isn't glued in. So if I apply enough force, I should be able to pull it out. There it is. Now the next thing you're going to have to do is pry his leg out of this yellow thing. So just up and away. And then we can see about doing something with this base. You know, getting the actual Amiibo out of it. Here's the base without Link, but with the big yellow block. And here is Link. He does have a big hole in his leg, but that'll be easy enough to fix. And you can see why they put that big yellow thing. Without the toe glued, he falls right over. It's not really that convenient, but the hole's about the right size. But we will have to remeasure that when we make our base. It's going to end up being a little bit thinner, and it's not going to have the spot for this yellow thing. The original base pries apart fairly easily. You can see where they glued it on the inside. And on the top piece, there's a round sticker. That is the actual Amiibo. If you pry up the edge of it with something, I have a thumbtack here that I've coated with clear coat, you can peel that sticker right off. That's your whole Amiibo. So this base is really unnecessary at this point. Get that out of the way. So the idea is to take this sticker and put it inside of our new base, which will be made out of cardstock. Again, here's the original base, and the Link Amiibo does fit on it without glue and without bending the plastic a little bit with heat. This is not going to look very good. Of course, we need to keep in mind the shape of this little post on the end of Link's toe. Like I said, we can heat this up and bend it so that when he glues in, the rest of his body will already be in a better position. Of course, I still haven't painted it or cleaned it up. You can see all of those mold lines. I'll be sure to do that before painting, but still he's looking pretty good. And once all of that is ready, I will glue him to the base. Till then, it doesn't look like he's going to stand up very well. Once again, the original base, there's a bit of milliput in the hole, but I decided it would be too time-consuming to match that to the original base, plus I'd have to repaint the whole thing anyway. For a second time, the Samus Aran figure that I've made out of cardstock, so you can see her base for reference, and my new base. With our measurements taken into account, you can see there's a hole on the inside for that sticker, and once I place that, I'll glue these two pieces together, and they'll be ready to seal and paint. I decided to glue Link onto the base, and here you can see him in his triumphant pose. And from here, it is on to painting. I'm going to start by painting all the green areas with pearlized white, just a thin coat or two of that. Then I'm going to fill that in with an iridescent purple, and from there I'll add white into the purple and dry brush up. For the base, I'm going to do a coat of yellow ochre, and I'm going to cover that with a metallic gold paint. I'll use some other paints. If you want it to look basically like what I've got, this will get you most of the way. Maybe some browns and whites built to a beige if you need to repaint the pants. And here he is painted up, currently looking pretty good. You can see he's already started to sag forward quite a bit. I should have bent that peg a little more than I did. But do not worry, there's a solution to that problem as well. Here you can see I've taken a linoleum cutter and taped it to the base. I use really hot lights when I film this stuff, so I'll just come back every few minutes and tighten this up. Of course, I'll have to take it as a package and let it cool off. What does he look like in the game? Well, something like this. And yes, his name is Thief in all caps. Here's a bit better picture of the Amiibo, so you can see what all we did. Unfortunately, that's about as much time as I have for the Ready Ward today. As always, rate, comment, subscribe if you are so inclined. And until next time, Russo, out.